Hi everybody, this is Fran, this is Lanark, chapter 12. The war begins. Duncan Thaw drew a blue line along the top of a sheet of paper and a brown line along the bottom. He drew a giant with a captured princess running along the brown line, and since he couldn't draw the princess lovely enough, he showed the giant holding a sack. The princess was inside the sack. His father looked over his shoulder and said, "What's that you're drawing?" Thaw said uneasily, "A miller running to the mill with a bag of corn." "What's the blue line supposed to be?" "The sky." "Do you mean the horizon?" Thaw stared dumbly at his picture. The horizon is the line where the sky and the land seem to touch. Is it the horizon? It's the sky. But the sky isn't a straight line, Duncan. It would be if you saw it sideways. Mr. Thaw got a golf ball and a table lamp and explained that the earth was like the ball and the sun was like the lamp. Thaw was bored and puzzled. He said, "Do people fall off the sides?" "No, they're kept on by gravity." "What's gravity?" "Gravity is what keeps us on the earth. Without it, we would fly up into the air. And then we would reach the sky." No, the sky is just the space above our heads. Without gravity, we would fly up into it forever. But wouldn't we come to a thing on the other side? There is no other side, Duncan. None at all. Thaw leaned over his drawing and drew a blue crayon along the line of the sky, pressing hard. He dreamed that night of flying up through the empty air till he reached a flat blue cardboard sky. He rested against it like a balloon against the ceiling until worried by the thought of what was on the other side. Then he broke a hole and rose through more empty air till he grew afraid of floating forever. Then he came to another cardboard sky and rested there till worried by the thought of the other side, and so on. Thaw lived in the middle story of a corporation tenement that was red sandstone on the front and brick behind. The tenement backs enclosed a grassy area divided into greens by spiked railings, and each green had a midden. Gangs of midden rakers from Black Hill crossed the canal to steal from the middens. He was told that Black Hill people were Catholics with beasts in their hair. It's true. One day, two men came to the back greens with a machine that squirted blue flame and clouds of sparks. They cut the spikes from the railings with the flame, put them in a bag, and took them away to use in the war. Mrs. Gilchrist downstairs said angrily, "Now even the youngest of these Black Hill kids will be able to rake our middens." Other workmen build air raid shelters in the back greens, and a very big one in the school playground. And if Thaw heard the air raid warning on the way to school, he must run to the nearest shelter. Going up to school by the steep back lane one morning, he heard the siren wailing in the blue sky. He was almost at school, but turned around and ran home to where his mother waited in the back green shelter with the neighbours. At night, dark green blinds were pulled down over the windows. Then Mr. Thaw put on an armband, a steel hat, and went into the street to search for houses showing illegal chinks of light. That's where we'll stop.